Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Walkthrough Wednesday, where we jump into a brand new series. I'm going to be starting hardstyle from scratch. This is something I've never really produced before. Obviously, a lot of my music is influenced by hardstyle, hard dance. I use a hell of a lot of hardstyle samples and stuff, but I've never really made a hardstyle track from scratch. So this is going to be a nice little test. I'm pretty sure we can do it in 4 episodes again, about 4 hours work. I've started with a melody. Whenever I'm starting something new, like a new genre, for example, something that I'm not comfortable with, I like to go and download MIDI files, whether that's MIDI files from famous songs in the genre or just MIDI files from the genre that are royalty free. Royalty free are best because then I can modify them and actually use them in the track. So I downloaded one, and it was this one. I then modified the end to be a little bit more like current hardstyle, which gave me this one. But we'll go into that in a second. Unfortunately, there hasn't been an Ollie James release to talk about for a long time. This is probably the longest in a year and a bit that I've had without a track. My next release is coming at the end of September, so hold on tight for that. There will be a new sample pack coming soon in probably about 6 days. So the We Are The Ravers sample pack will disappear forever in about 5 days time. So if you want to join the family, now is the best time to do it. In addition to that, we have the next Patreon mix. The last one went down really well. The music in there was crazy. I was so surprised by the quality of music that we got. So the next one will be it's the first Friday of each month. So whenever the first Friday is in September, that's when the new Patreon mix will be out. So you have to send your demos now to the Patreon DMs if you want to be featured. And I'm not going to sell out anymore. That's it from me. I wish I had more to promote. You can also check out my selfie page, where I have loads of FLPs, loads of project files to help you take your tracks to the next level. This project will be on there eventually. So yeah, let's jump into it. This is the melody. Let's just make sure the level's right. This is the melody I got from the MIDI pack. It's bordering happy, but I think with synths it'll sound pretty cool. We can also modify it as we go along. But I decided to change the end on it. Now this ending, it reminds me very much of Dr. Funk. Dr. Funk likes to use these melodies that resolve on the end note. So as you can see, the first note of the melody is a B, so we end on the root note again on the B, on the not quite. It's basically the final bar, right? So it's da 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 da. So it resolves itself. That's something that in the other melody we don't have that, because it does not resolve itself. It kind of keeps going, and then it resolves itself at the beginning again. But what you're doing here is resolving it on the 8th bar there. I think this just sounds more current, and I think it's going to be a good melody to start with. As always with these series, this is exactly what I do in the studio. No matter what track I'm making, I always start trying to get a drop together. I can make the best breakdown in the world. If I can't make a good drop, the track ain't going to get signed, right? Because the kind of music I make, the drop is the main selling factor of a song. So I like to start with the drop, and I feel that once I've got the drop, the break just writes itself. You've got melodies, you've got sounds that you can just take over into the breakdown. So for me, that's the way I like to do it. We're going to be working smart, not hard with this. So no, I am not going to make a hardstyle kick from scratch. That will take 2-3 hours. You've got amazing guys on YouTube, Atmospheres, Frontliner, all these guys that show you how to do that. So if you want to do that, fair enough. If you're an intermediate producer and you want to learn that, go check those guys out. If you're new to production and you're struggling to put songs together, this series will help you a lot, because I'm gonna work smart, not hard. Nexus has a great hardstyle pack, so I'm going to use a lot of their sounds, even kicks. So it's a great way to just, because in the beginning you don't want to spend too much time making a kick, because in the beginning you don't really know how to finish a song, you don't know structures, blah blah. So it's better to kind of cheat your way through, and of course it's not cheating because these guys make sample packs to help you out. So we're going to use a lot of that. What do we do from here? So we've got a cool melody, right? what I would like to do is take that top melody, and I'm going to try and make this really neat and organized, because I'm starting it from scratch. So let's try this time and make it organized. So we're going to go to this Nexus, and I might even call this lead. Nah, let's not bother, because I think we're going to have like 5 or 6 leads here. Maybe, hopefully not, but maybe. We're going to have a look through these leads and just see if there's anything that kind of stands out to us. No. Something like this is great. So my thought process here is have a nice stereo lead, maybe with a couple of layers, something like this, something that's really boring and just so standard. But then we're going to have a mono lead, which is a lot more crispy, a lot more, has a lot more characteristics to it, and that's how we're going to piece together our lead. So let's stick this on its own channel, and let's start this one as lead. I would say this is lead support. The next one will be lead main, which will be the mono lead. So we can even just do this, and then this one will be stereo, and we're going to loop them both. I'm going to route them both to this channel, which is going to be the lead bus. So that's where we're going to process everything. We're going to sidechain. We want both the leads to have the same reverb, the same sidechain, right? We just want to EQ them slightly different, because the one's going to be a saw and the other one's going to be like a square or something like that, right? So we're going to try and balance them individually to make them sit nicely together. So do we want to be extra? Yeah, let's be extra fancy with this and change the color. Whoa, this is new. I'm going to go for a light blue for the leads. Oh, does it not save the... It's not really coloring it very well, is it? Anyway, we've got... Oh no. Why is it so hard to change colors and stuff on FL? See, I swear that's the color that I used. Whatever, let's not bother with colors now. We tried, it didn't work. So this is the lead support. Gonna get rid of the reverb. I don't mind the delay at the moment. I might keep the delay in there. Let's see if we can get another lead, which is similar to this one, which will act as even more support. And let's make the support lead really, really wide and really full. Let's try this one. See how much better it is when you add this one. Gonna get rid of that reverb, as we said before. So that delay is really nice, man. I really like it. We can also try and find... Now, there's a lead I've been using in quite a few tracks, actually, as this kind of thing. So, if we go to Splice, I believe it's I can't believe I give you like all the sounds I use, man. I need to stop that, especially when the tracks aren't released yet. But I think there's a good virtual riot sound, I believe, which works great as like a mono lead. Oh, we can actually use a June lead. Shout out to Stu Infinity, who sent me his June pack a long time ago, actually, a long time ago, and I've been using it all the time. This thing is crazy. It's a UK hardcore, happy hardcore pack, but there's some great hardstyle sounds in here. So let's see if we can find a nice little lead we can use in the mono. Something like that, which has characteristics to it. I like that, man. I think we can add another lead though. The original lead I was talking about. I think it will also be mono. We're going to have to make sure we don't get any phasing issues though. Stick it on 6. But I think building leads like this is just the best way to, in 2021, get that fresh sound. So let's see. So it's not there. We'll get there eventually. This one's quite cool. There it is. See, it's not phasing. It's just providing a little bit of support to it, which is what we need when we're layering sounds. We need to add support rather than cause clashing and phasing and being jumbled on top of each other. So British clean. Gonna go for EQ. What else are we gonna need? Let's get everything we're gonna use here. Isotope trash for sure. Get a little bit of saturation from that. Probably like to stick another EQ after that. We can always try Blood Overdrive. Now I wouldn't use Blood Overdrive on the source sounds, but I'm gonna use it maybe on these sounds. Let's try the Blood Overdrive first. That's I love that plugin, man. I haven't used it as much anymore, but for a sound like this, it does exactly what I need. So we're gonna get rid of the low end. I don't know how much low end we can get away with right now because our sub isn't there. Just gonna do benchmark. Now let's get the trash and maybe go on the saturation. Beautiful. I like the little bit of saturation that one gives, to be honest. And again, this EQ will just be trying to boost and fix the issues that we have. Now, as you can see, I'm really going ham on the mid section because I want this lead to just be all about the mids, all about the fullness. These source sounds, the support leads, will be the ones with the highs, and they're going to be a lot lighter, let's say. These are Diet Coke, and the other leads are like full fat Coke, basically. So we'll get a Camel Crusher on there, get that British clean. Now, you wouldn't want to distort this too much because, as you can hear, it's a very distorted sound. Low end would probably want to cut a little bit more. Now let's try main sound with the other main sound. Now we're going to balance and level the balance the levels, is what I should have said right now. that one's too loud. So that sounded pretty nice. We'll also do some pitch bends and stuff later on, but don't want to go too ham on the pitch bends because then it'll sound a little bit too like UK hardcore, happy hardcore. So it sounded pretty decent, man. It sounded. This is a quick way to like layer up your sounds. Now it sounds good without reverb, which is always a good thing. If it sounds solid without reverb, then you're on to a winner. I'm gonna stick on the reverb now. No holds barred on this hardstyle. We want to get this reverb just crazy. Might take us a while, but let's work on that now. The difference without the reverb is crazy. Now, good thing about this melody is we have some nice gaps here, which I am going to fill with. So I've got this crazy reverb and I've also got this sidechain reverb, but I'm also going to exaggerate the gaps. You call me crazy, but I'm a reverb addict, so this is what I like to do always. Look at that movement, man. It's crazy. So I would say 35% gradient. That one's a little bit too much though. So maybe we'll go for that one. And then that one again. Maybe that. And then that. Now this one needs its own automation because it's a longer gap. As we said before, we're going to go for that resolving melody. So we're just going to move this so it's on 95%. We're going to go all the way over to here and make sure it's on 95%. Actually, doesn't really matter. Let's just leave on 22. Who cares? 92, sorry. So that is our reverb automation as well. Sounded pretty nice. Now, what else would we have on our bus channel? We'd have a sidechain. So with this kind of melody, I don't want to have a super pumpy sidechain. See how we've kind of built a lead using stereo placement. So you've got sounds that are really wide, sounds that are really down the middle. It allows you, rather than put all your leads wide, you're going to lose a lot of that energy down the middle. So I like to nowadays have at least one kind of mono lead, because it fills the mix but also allows you to have a clean mix at the same time. A wide lead mix but also clean at the same time, rather than everything just pushed out to the sides. Let's try and get our bass line, because I have a nice little trick for the bass line. That's not a trick. Let's get the bass line. And actually it's a kick and a bass line in one. Call me a cheat, but it's the best way forward. So I'm just going to draw out the notes. Boom, 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 like this. And I'll just use this for now, just to show you what it sounds like. But I'm a big fan of this tool within Nexus. Obviously, we all know it is hard to pitch up a sample without distorting it too much, right? Especially if you're going up and down scale. So you can use Nimble Kick for that. Nimble Kick's great. However, I found a really nice sequence in here. HARDSTYLE drop 1, I think. A HARDSTYLE kick in a bag. That's it. Just get out the bag and it's done. It's great. I really like this, and I think it sounds good as well for this track. Let's see how it sounds with the lead though. Look at that. God bless Nexus. So we're just going to get the melody right. Best thing about this as well, we can do loads of little stutter kicks, which you hear a lot in HARDSTYLE. Da, 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 da. That's what I'm thinking. Da, da, dun, dun, dun. So, like this. So let's just elongate the notes so you can really hear what's happening there. Let's get none. Oh, gotta admit, that's pretty cool. So when do we want to do these stutter kicks? Bum, 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 maybe. And then here we can have like a double one. Dun, 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 dun. Or maybe this. Sick, man. Sick. I love that. Might have to EQ it though, because yeah, it's, as you can hear, it's got nowhere near enough power with the lead there. We'll try Camera Crush on, but it might distort it too much, you know. There's so many HARDSTYLE producers watching this video right now that have stumbled across it thinking, this guy is the worst. Now, I hold my hands up, you know, using a HARDSTYLE kick like that is trash. However, as I keep saying, this is really about structure and about how to put a song together. You can know how to make a HARDSTYLE kick sick from scratch, but if you don't know how to put a good song together, you're just never going to progress. So I think using these tools like this, if you're kind of in the beginning, if you're releasing on top labels already, then yeah, I would try and look into like making your own kicks, you know, like Sub-Zero project, really get your own stamp that way. But when you're in kind of intermediate, which I know most of you guys are, this is a great way to just kind of get tracks done to a good quality as well, because these are there to be used, and I don't know many people using this, but it sounds really good. Now, what I have learned from watching quite a few hardstyle tutorials over the years is that the EQ is crazy. Like, you'll have EQs like this. Finding those frequencies and boosting the shit out of them. Now, what you'll notice also maybe is the mix down slightly different to a big room drop. In a big room drop, the lead is the loudest thing. The kick is just nicely balanced. In hardstyle, the kick stands out a lot more than the lead usually, right? So that's what I'm kind of going for here. So I'm thinking the first drop's going to be quite hard, you know, just a hard kick, maybe reverse bass if we're feeling fancy, and then the second drop will be melodic. Now, step number 3, it is the saws. We want to have some cool saws here, which, because we have great chords. This sounds good. However, we need some saws in there because we have some really nice chords, so it would be a waste not to get the chords in there. Where is it? Progressive strings. This is a great one for saws in the climax. Bit too high, I think. Let's go back to the hardstyle pack, I think. So we're going to take all those and put them in there. Now that's a bit low down there, so I don't know if I'm just attached to it, but for 30 minutes it's actually sounded really, really good, like really solid quality. Let's find another nice saw. This could work, man. Same as before with the support leads, what we're going to do is balance them volume wise, so we're just trying to find a nice balance between them to make them sound like one. So what we're going to do is just have these. So these are the saws. Saws. Now I believe this is the hardstyle kick, so let's name that hardstyle kick. When I release the FLP, by the way, I will bounce all the Nexus stuff to audio files just in case you don't have this pack, right? Also, is this annoying you here? Is me with the studio behind me, is that annoying? Do you prefer the green screen? Let me know. It's just the thing is with the green screen, it takes about a minute to set up, and I'm lazy, so I thought, why not try something new? Anyway, let's get this processing going on the chords. Now what I want to do is have the chords mixed to the kick for now. We might link it to the main lead bus as well. It's a good call. Now let's mix it with the leads. A little bit too much mid presence there, I think. Let's see. Let's exaggerate the delay on these sounds now. So that sound, I believe, is the best one. So I'm going to make that one the main one, and this one's the main. This is support. It's a bit more ugly.